right, so Aaron Rodgers, everybody wants to know when is he going to be a Jet? When's he going to be a Jet? When's he going to be a Jet? But why don't we back that train up a little bit? Because we were sold a bill of goods, much like the British tried to do us back in 75. We're not buying that bill of goods no more.
1775?
Because Aaron Rodgers lied to us, and I don't want to be lied to. It's a rule of thumb in my lifetime. Do not tolerate being lied to, unless it's general managers or coaches who have to lie to keep a fan base at peace. That being said, Aaron Rodgers told us that Green Bay never talked to him and did not tell them their plans. Well, at the owners' meetings yesterday, the general manager of the Packers frankly countered that. I have a newfound respect for the Kunst because he was kind of thrown under the bus as Mark Murphy, the CEO, was by Aaron Rodgers in that interview a couple weeks ago with Pat McAfee. And if you want to just take it at face value, you're like, I'm on Aaron Rodgers' side. After your 18 years of service, arguably the greatest Packer of all time, his words, not mine. How does the team not reach out to him? How does the team, out of respect, not include him in a conversation after the year about what our plans are going forward? Now, I hear the Kunst right there, and I believe him now. I believe he did probably reach out to Aaron Rodgers prior to the retreat when he was unreachable to have an adult conversation. All right, we have you under contract. It's going to be a lot of money. Where's your head at? Do you want to come back? Do you even want to play football? And when you decide, and that is an actively conscious decision, because I do it to our staff every day, not to respond to calls and text messages, you are doing it on purpose, right?
Yes.
So I think Green Bay is in the right here. And like I said to you guys yesterday, now that we know the entire story, that Aaron turned his back on the franchise, I got to make him sweat. I know he's going to New York. I'm going to let him go to New York. I'm going to make a deal with New York, but on my timetable, not on his. And if you're the Packers, who clearly want the Jets' 13th pick in this draft, if you can't get it, then I wait till the last day of August before he's due his bonus, and then I make the deal, because screw him.
Yeah, man, here's the deal. Both parties that are involved, Aaron and the Packers, neither side wants to look like the bad guy. That's the problem.
But worse, Aaron Rodgers tried to make them the bad guy.
Absolutely, that was where I was going.
Right.
But once you try to make one look worse off, you turn out being the one that everybody looks at like, come on, man. And so for me, it was just so far-fetched that you have a guy that is arguably the best guy in franchise history, and he has a strong case there. That you're just not going to communicate?
Doesn't make sense.
It makes no sense.
Right.
You've been in a relationship with this guy for almost 20 years, and you're not going to have a conversation with me, or you're not going to even give us the option to just know what you're thinking.
It's disrespectful.
It is very, moving on to the season. Every season, since last year, the year before, it's always been the Green Bay Packers saying, we're going to see where Aaron's at. He can take his time. He says that. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to get away from football, blah, 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 blah. The expectation of the Packers is that you can do all of those things. Just make sure you keep the line of communication open.
Right.
That's
by the way, it's no one's saying you have to play for them.
No.
You can tell them, I think it's time for us to break up. That's okay. Yep. But you can't ignore them, not return calls and messages, and then throw them under the bus like they've done something wrong. It's not right. Now, there's a flip side to that, and that is the New York Jets. Well, they're thrilled, obviously, that it's not working out between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. My gut tells me, and this is just my gut, but it's always right, that there's going to be a swap of first-round draft picks if they get the deal done before June 1st, which obviously the Packers want to because they can get a better pick. My gut is that they probably swap the first-round draft picks, which are only a couple picks away from each other. So Green Bay moves up a couple spots, and there's some conditional picks, second and third round, on top of it. And then it's a wrap. The question, though, is when do you get the deal done? From a Jet perspective, you do not want to do this deal prior to June 1 because you've got that 13th pick. You'd like to hang on to it.
Absolutely.
From a Packer perspective, you don't want to do the deal until after June 1st because of financial considerations with the cap. So we will sit here and we will wait. And every day we will talk about this until we're tired of talking about it. And then we'll talk about it some more because he is one of the great quarterbacks in the NFL. And moving to the New York Jets changes the entire apple cart of the AFC. You now have the New York Jets with a top 5 defense and one of, if not the best quarterback in the league, not named Patrick Mahomes. All of a sudden, the power structure changes dramatically. It also makes it a lot easier for Philadelphia and San Francisco to get back to the NFC Championship game. But that's why we talk about it every day, because it has significant impact on both conferences.
It does. I mean, this is one of those interesting periods for me when the Jets have more leverage than I believe they're willing to use.
Yeah.
And they're just kind of just saying, look, we're all in on Aaron. We're all in on Aaron. And that's great that you're all in on Aaron. But I believe that they can get this done quicker if they showed signs of being interested in other players that are clearly available and just focusing on what they're trying to get done with the draft.
I'm glad you brought that up because I said this all day yesterday. If I am the New York Jets, and I understand, I don't know if we have the other Joe Douglas of audio. All right, so let me go in the direction that Greg just took us, okay? The New York Jets are at a stalemate in the moment. We all know Aaron Rodgers is eventually going to be a Jet. They will get the deal done. How do you get the deal done faster to get Aaron Rodgers in the fold faster, to get him working out with your young receivers faster? Well, it's easy. You call somebody like me, and you say, announce on both of your shows, Fox Sports 1 and in New York, hey, guess what? The Jets are going to kick the tires on Lamar Jackson. And then all of a sudden, the Green Bay Packers might say,
hold on, wait.
Right. And then all of a sudden, the Coons is like, wait a minute, I'm in a bad spot now. Hey, Joe, let's get a deal done today. What is it going to take to get a deal done? Hey there, thank you so much for watching The Carton Show. You can subscribe right here to get all the latest bits and segments from the show. And by the way, while you're at it, we have a lot of great shows on FS1, so check them out too.